Hey friends, welcome to another video. So in this video, I'm gonna solve another lead code problem. It's called two-sum. So in this problem, we have been giving the nums array, and we have also given a target. We need to find the two indexes that basically the elements on those indexes add up to the target. The one of the important point to know about here is that the solution is going to be exactly one, and we don't need to we can't repeat the element twice. That means if there is if the target is made of, let's say, target is 6 and one element is 3, we can't use that element twice. So this is one of the condition we need to uh, be aware of. So example 1, we have been given target 9 and the number are 2, 7, 11, 15. We see that the numbers at the index 0 and 1, they adds up to the 9. Similarly, in the example 2, we see that 3 to 4 is the nums array. Target is 6. So if we add 2 and 4, that brings 6. So the index 1 and 2 is the output. So we have to basically find the output array as index. So the solution for this problem is not that difficult. Um, in fact, it's pretty simple because we just have to find the sum of two elements. How I think we can solve this problem is, uh, so we can somehow create a map of the elements which basically keeps the number and its index. So for example, if we have the nums array, we traverse for each element, we keep that element and the index in map. Why we need that map, I'll come to that point in a bit. But as of now, we have a map, right? And again, we traverse each element in the array. So we basically, for example, go to the first element. We check if it's we check that element, and we see the difference between our target and the element exists in the map. So what I'm saying is that if the first element is 2, we have been given a target 9, right? So difference between 9 and 2 should also exist in the nums array in order to the sum to be present. So for example, in first example, 2 plus 7 makes it 9, right? Our target is 9. So in order to find the first element and the second element, which is, let's say, unknown to us, right? And we have been given 9. So how about finding y as the difference of target and the current element? So if we traverse our nums array, we know this too, we know the target, and what we are doing is we basically checking our hash map, which we created at the first step, and we're saying if the difference is present or not. If the difference is present, that means there is the two numbers are present, which adds up to the target, and we can just fetch the index from the hash map, and that basically gives us the solution. So let me start coding it, and I guess it will be more clear uh, after the coding. So we need the output as an integer array. Okay, so let's create the integer array. I'll call it result, and this is going to be my integer array of length 2. And we need a map, as I explained. So it's going to store integer, and it's going to store the another integer. First integer would be the number, and the second integer would be uh, the index. Okay, and this will be of type hash map. Now the next step is pretty straightforward. We're going to loop, and we're going to basically add the each element and its index as key value in our map. So we have all now at this point we have the map of nums and its index. So first step is done. In the next step, we'll need another array. We will first check if our map contains the key which is target minus current element, right? So this is what I was explaining, that if x plus y equal to 9 and if the x is 2, then y is 9 minus 2. So we have this value, right? This is y minus 9 minus 2. So we are just checking if 9 minus 2, that is equal to 7, exists in the nums array. So we are checking if the difference is already there in the map, because we already have the in-memory information about the nums. So if it exists, that means we have the num already present in our map. So what we can do is we can just get the index of that element, that is target nums.I, and we have the result array. So the first index would be the index that we found the element at. The second would be the difference element that is present at the index. So these two going to be our value for the result, and we can just break the loop because we already found it. And there is one issue with this logic. We need an additional condition check. Why we need it? Because in the code, it's specifically mentioned that we may not use the same element twice. So let's say our target is 6 and the current element is 3. Then x plus y equal to 6, x is 3, then y would be 6 minus 3. So even if the 6 minus 3, the 3 or the difference is 3, right, which already exists for the current element. That means our map already has a 3 which we are checking currently, and it would be in the map when we check it, it would return true and it will count the same element twice. So we need to avoid that condition. How can we do that? So basically we can check if the index of the difference is not the current index. So we want to avoid that map should not count the current element as the difference to avoid the duplicate. If we do that, then we are, in my opinion, we are safe with the counting duplicates or counting the same element twice. So now we have the result ready. All we have to do is just return the result. So let's return the result and run our code. Okay, we'll match the semicolon. Okay, there is some issue. So says the cannot find symbol map. Okay, it's not the map, it's nums map. So let me replace it. So for the first input, it got accepted. Let me try the second input. Okay, the second input is also got accepted. I'll try the third one. Now, if you see the third example, it's pretty tricky, right? Uh, so it can calculate the first element twice because the difference is the same, but there is another element exist. So with this index, we are making sure that the element is not the current element. I think we are good to go. So let's make submit it and see if our solution gets accepted. Okay, our solution runtime is 3 millisecond and faster than 65% of the Java submission. So yep, I think it's pretty much okay. So yep, thank you so much for watching this video. This solution is not that complicated. It's pretty simple and a very good solution for the beginner. So please try it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much.